What's up, dude?
What's up, guys? It's Friday. We're in Huntington Beach, cruising down to Newport. It's a little windy today, but it's nothing I can't handle. Alright, so I talked a little bit about my mechanic yesterday and what he did and how he put my Powervision on the bike after I went down on it. And I had someone comment to do a vlog on the Powervision and all that. This is a 2021, so this is actually fairly new. They just sort of released it in October. I think it's called the model is PV3D, PV3D, I think. It's new. It has the new cord. It has like a red tip on it that plugs into your computer on your bike, like sort of down here. Ran it under the tank and up through the handlebars and into the mount. If you're in California, they're a little hard to get because of the whole emissions compliancy thing, and they don't want you having any performance products on your vehicles. So typically you have to ship it to an address out of state and have them ship it to you. If you're out of state, don't worry about it, you're fine. Thankfully I have property out of state, so I just shipped it there and picked it up. If you know someone out of state or a family member, friend, just ship it to them and they'll ship it to you. I also heard if you use PayPal, it doesn't sort of have your address on it, so you might be able to do it that way. Someone's gonna have to try and let me know. But I know so I bought the Powervision from Dynojet pretty much as soon as it came out, and it just comes stock. They have some loaded tunes on there already, but for my configuration on my bike, there wasn't any up in the actual device itself quite yet. So if you hit them up and you tell them the configuration, they'll send you a tune, and then all you have to do is just flash it. You have to have a PC, but you just flash it to the device and then flash it to the bike itself. I actually ended up going through Fuel Moto because they had a little bit of a better tune. They had my exact bike that they actually put on a dyno. So they sent me that tune. I think you can pay, it's like $100 you pay them and they send you the tune, the exact configuration for your bike and everything, and that's what I did, and the bike runs great. I noticed a huge difference in horsepower, huge in torque, just more power overall. You know, when you change the air to fuel ratio aspects of the bike, for instance, the air cleaner and the exhaust, either 2-to-1, or if you just have, if you have stock, I wouldn't worry about it. But anytime you put sort of an aftermarket exhaust on the bike, it's recommended that you put a tune on the bike. That way it runs better. I did notice a loss of power actually before the tune. So after I cut out, I had the stock pipes and they were too quiet, so I cut the baffles out. I noticed a huge loss of power on that, which I was expecting. And then once I took the stock pipes out and put the Bassani on, I noticed a little bit of an increase in power, but it wasn't anything, drastic. So I ended up getting a tune for the bike, and plus I wanted to run smoother and I wanted a little more power. I can get, on my live tune here, I can get 0 to 60 anywhere from 2.6 to 2.9 seconds. I have a little bit of other engine work done to it as well, but it's fast, man. That's fast for especially a 114 Harley. If you do put the Powervision on, depending on the dealer, you might void your warranty. They want you to use a Screaming Eagle tuner. Unfortunately, the Screaming Eagle in California isn't available. So you might have to talk to your dealer about it, talk to a tech. My tech, fortunately, on these you can flash your bike back to the original stock. So if I ever want to take it into Harley because something goes wrong and I'm still under warranty, all I have to do is go into this and flash it back to where it was stock. And then, I mean, from what I heard is they'll still know because they can still tell if the bike was flashed. They just don't know what it was flashed with. So again, it depends on the tech, it depends on the Harley. Most guys are cool about it and just flash it back to stock and you'll be good. But yeah, so I noticed quite a big difference with this thing, man. I mean, my gauges are set up for vehicle speed, gear, RPMs, and engine temperature. The engine temperature runs a little hotter with the Powervision. That's typically normal. A lot of guys on dynos and stuff, they say you want your engine temp to run like between 220 and 280. This bike runs anywhere from 260, and I've gotten it as high as 320, 310, and that is perfectly fine for a Milwaukee 8 engine. They typically run hot. And they're over-engineered, so the engines can handle it no problem. Just make sure you have a lot of oil in the bike. You top it off, even in between services. Once in a while, clean your intake. Keep that cleaner, clean either with a K&N cleaning kit or whatever product you have will work. I use a S&S cleaning kit on mine because it's an S&S product. Anything that you have though will work. But yeah, so to answer some questions, as far as a lot of guys considering putting it on, do it. It's worth it, 100%. I noticed a huge difference in the bike. I remember bringing it to the mechanic. He fixed it up and then put the tuner on. Once the tuner was on, and he called me and said, hey, your bike's ready. So I went and picked it up, and as soon as I got on it, I pulled it out of the shop and it wants to run on you. As soon as you turn on, throw it into first, it jumps, man. But that's sort of what I was looking for. I noticed a huge difference in the lower RPMs and the lower gears. So, and also with the 2021s, at least, I'm sure it's with the same with the 2020s. They sort of have regulators on the engine, so it doesn't really like you running past 5,000 RPMs. It doesn't want you redlining. If I want, the tune, it cuts all that out. So if I want to run it to 8,000, I can do it no problem. And so that's how I think that's how I sort of noticed the difference in horsepower and torque, especially in the lower RPMs. In the higher RPMs, I can get, if I'm going say 75, 80 miles an hour on the freeway, I'm still in 5th gear and I'm pushing 3,000 RPMs, no problem. I've gone a lot faster than that in 5th. I've also gone into 6th, but 6th you're running probably around 2,000. It just depends on how much you want to really work your engine. But yeah, so the Dynojet Powervision, man, it's a great product. I love the company. They have great customer service. You can pretty much email anyone there and they'll get back to you that day. Sometimes they got back to me within like maybe 20 minutes. I think their tech there is Mark. He's a cool dude. He's super knowledgeable. There's also Fuel Moto. So if you want to buy the Powervision, I didn't know this at the time, but now that I know about Fuel Moto and what they do, I should have actually gotten it from them. That way I didn't have to pay twice for it. So if you go through Fuel Moto, you can buy the Powervision through them. And what they do is you put in what bike you have, what exhaust you have, and what air cleaner you have, along with if you have any cams, any engine work like that. You send that in as you're buying the Powervision, and what they do is they take your Powervision out of the box that they have and they load it. They flash your device with the tune. So when you get it mailed to you and it comes in the mail, you open it up, the tune's already in there. You don't even have to buy one from them or go and get a tune or do live tune. Here's, I do live tune once in a while just to have it, but it's not necessary. The tune I have works great, and I don't, live tune's fine, but there's not, I don't really have a need for it. If you sort of live in higher elevations and you're going like up and down mountains a lot, yeah, it's probably something you're gonna want to have, but it's not necessary. And so yeah, buy it from Fuel Moto. You get the device with the tune and you're ready to go. You plug it into a PC, software pops up, you got to download like the latest firmware, and then yeah, it's ready to go. You plug it in and your bike's good. It's got a tune on it. And this thing is rad, man. It's super small, it's compact. You don't even actually have to have it on the bike itself. So you can flash the bike and you can just keep this in the box. The computer in your bike is going to remember the ECU and the mapping, and you're good. I keep it on because I can see my engine temp, I can see my RPMs, my speed. Even though it's here, this is just easier to look at. The clamp or the mount, I bought my mount from Dynojet's website. This is like the bar handle, the mount comes with like a little rubber grommet you put in between it. It's metal, and it's sturdy. It has a little locking nut on the back, and it comes with the cords and all that. Everything you need it comes with. Even give you a ton of stickers and all that. So yeah, worth it. They are a little pricey, but again, it's worth it if you want your bike to run just better altogether. As far as as far as the gas goes, I can get about 200 miles a tank on this, depending on how I'm riding. When I put the tuner on, I noticed it went down to about 190, but then again, it's all about how I'm riding the bike. I can still push 200 if I really want. I usually never let it get lower than like a half tank, quarter tank, just in case. You never know when you're going to see a gas station and whatnot. But yeah, so I think that covers the Powervision for the most part. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that I'm missing with this? No, I don't think there is. Yeah, so great product. Dynojet Powervision PV3D. And yeah, Fuel Moto, Dynojet, whoever you want to go through. Both great companies. And I think, yeah, so that covers it, guys. That is the Dynojet Powervision. So yeah, if there's anything else you guys want to know about as far as my bike setup or just bikes in general, tuners, what have you, let me know. Drop a comment. I'll be happy to answer anything you guys want to know. And I'm hoping the horizontal is looking better than the vertical that I was previously doing. I think it does. And we are in Newport Beach now. We got all the exotic car dealerships coming up here. Alright guys, well, I am going to cut this because I'm getting to where I'm going pretty soon. So, again, like, subscribe, comment, and thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate it. Later, dude.